like to introduce you to Mr. Brant Good, and he's a nurse, and he's in charge of infectious disease education at Missoula County Health Department. And he will tell you what infectious diseases means and introduce the rest of the folks who are going to be doing this special show for you. And I just want to say that these wonderful props here, how many of you when you came in the art room saw these being built? Who knows who made them?
7th graders.
That's right, the 7th graders made them. Good job.
Thanks, Ms. Sherman. And thank you especially for helping put this presentation together today. And thanks to your 7th grade art students. I'd like to give you Okay, it's cold and flu season, and I know a lot of you have already had something that makes you sick. And we'll have some more discussion about that a bit later, but it's no fun, is it? No, it's not at all. You know, sometimes there's reasons to go to the doctor and get medicines, but the reason that we're here today is that some of those medicines are at risk of losing their effectiveness. They're losing their punch to be able to help people like you when you get sick. But those medicines are really special. They're called antibiotics, and they're only good for certain kinds of infections. They're not good for things like colds or the flu or most sore throats. And so we've got something fun to share with you today, okay? And I would like to introduce a couple nursing students who are about to become nurses. This is Donna and Tracy.
Good morning. Where's the icon?
Okay, go ahead.
Well, like Brant said, my name's Tracy.
I'm Donna.
And we are going to tell you the story today of a sick little boy named Simon who has a cold.
Yes, has anybody ever had a cold before?
Almost everyone in this room. Did anybody have a runny nose with their cold?
Oh,
Yeah. How about a sore throat? Well, Simon is going to tell you how he got his cold, what he did to get better, and what you can do to help prevent or stop yourself from getting a cold. Okay?
So we're going to get started.
Hi there, everybody. I'm Dr. Darby, and I'm here today to tell you a story about a very sick boy named Simon, and how he woke up one morning with the worst cold ever. His nose felt huge and stuffy, and his ears were large and achy, and his mouth was so sore. Oh wait, maybe that's because I'm standing in his mouth.
Hey, I'm Victor Virus, and I'm the reason that Simon feels so sick today. His sister had the very same cold. Simon would drink out of her cup, and she never could remember to wash her hands after she sneezed, and passed me, Victor Virus. And now Simon's sick too.
Let's go check in on poor sick Simon.
Simon, it's time to get up for school.
Oh, Mom, I don't want to get up for school. I don't feel good.
Simon, you still don't feel well? You had to stay home from school yesterday. Let me check your temperature. I think you may have a fever.
I feel awful. My head hurts, my nose is runny, and it hurts to swallow.
Simon, maybe we need to take you in to see Dr. Darby. You may need medicine, like antibiotics for your cold.
Hello there, Simon. I heard that you weren't feeling very well today. What seems to be the problem? Well, my head hurts, and there's green stuff coming out of my nose, and it hurts to swallow. I don't even feel like eating pizza, and I love pizza.
Dr. Darby, Simon's been sick for 2 full days, and he felt like he had a temperature this morning. Do you think he needs medicine like antibiotics for his cold?
Yeah.
Well, let's start by taking your temperature, Simon. We're gonna take it in your ear over here. Let me see. Yup, it's a little bit high. Let me just take a look inside your ear, Simon. Whoa. Oh, a little bit better in there. Let me look up inside your nose now, Simon. Oh, that drunk in there. It's no wonder you can't breathe. Let me look up inside your mouth now, Simon.
Hey, Dr. Darby, it's me, Victor Virus. Can you see?
Boy, it's pretty red in there. Let me take a listen to your lungs now, Simon. Can you take a deep breath? Okay, cough for me, please. Let's see here, Simon. Your head hurts. Your nose is runny. You said there's green stuff coming out. Your throat hurts and it's pretty bad. You have a cough, but your lungs sound okay, and it hurts to swallow. Well, Simon, you are sick. You have a very bad cold.
Dr. Darby, do you think Simon needs to take medicine for his cold?
Well, no, Simon probably doesn't need medicine. Simon doesn't need an antibiotic because an antibiotic is a very strong medicine that won't fix a cold like Simon's. Simon, I think you just need to stay in bed, get lots of rest, drink plenty of water and juice, and let your own body fight off this cold.
No, not water, not rest. What are you trying to do, Dr. Darby? Get rid of me, Victor Virus?
As a matter of fact, we are, Victor. We want Simon to feel better. Does that mean I get to stay in bed and watch TV all day long?
Well, Simon, I'll get you your favorite juice and your favorite soup, and you can stay in bed and get rest until you start to feel better. Thank you, Dr. Darby. I'm sure glad that Simon doesn't need medicine like antibiotics for his cold.
Yes, so am I. You're welcome. Hope you feel better, Simon. So come on, everybody. Clap your hands. Run down the slope. Your head is hurting like you're gonna explode. You got green gunk coming out of your nose. Get lots of rest. You've got a cold. You've got a cold. You've got a cold.
Because antibiotics aren't the best.
Okay, so I want everybody to sing a song with me. So repeat. First, we're gonna say it. Repeat after me. Say snort.
Snort.
Good. Okay. Sneeze.
Sneeze.
Good.
Good.
Sniffle.
Sniffle.
Say no.
No.
Antibiotics.
Antibiotics.
Please.
Please.
Good job. So come on, everybody. Sing with me. Snort. Sniffle. Sneeze. No antibiotics. Please. Snort. Sniffle. Sneeze. No antibiotics. Please. Good job. Thank you. Does anybody want to ask us a question? Dr. Darby, I'll listen. Ooh, up there in the green.
That's you.
That's you.
Go ahead.
Forgot.
Okay. Somebody else? How about you?
How do you get a cold?
That's a very good question.
Well, if you remember in this story, Simon got a cold because his sister had a cold, right? And his sister, every time she sneezed, she wouldn't wash her hands or cover her mouth. And so that's how we spread germs.
Yes.
How about you?
What kind of medicine do you take to get better?
Good question. Well, that is a very good question. Sometimes you don't even need to take medicine. Sometimes you can just stay at home and drink lots of water and juice and rest, and you'll start to feel better.
That's medicine.
Yeah.
Just like Simon.
How about you?
Simon, correct.
Good job. Anybody else?
In the pink down front. Well, like the doctor just said, we don't always have to take medicine when we're sick. Sometimes, like in Simon, he had a cold, and he's gonna stay in bed, get lots of rest, drink juice and water and some soup, and let his own body take care of his cold. We have strong bodies, we can fight those colds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me ask all of you a question. Do you need an antibiotic for a cold? No. Yeah, that's exactly right. You're smart. You're very smart.
Okay.
I know how you get a cold. When your coat isn't zipped up, that's how you get sick.
Sometimes.
And you don't have your coat on.
You're right. If you're not dressed warm outside, sometimes it can also
And you
make
don't,
your body a little bit
wear
weaker.
hats.
Hey, I have a question for Simon's mom. You guys ready? Simon's mom, what's the best way to sneeze or cough?
Well, I've always told Simon that he should sneeze into his arm. It's kind of hard for me to do it, but I can show you guys.
Like this?
Exactly. So you can cough or sneeze into your arm. Basically, you want to cover your mouth and your nose.
How
And
come?
then, because that's how we spread germs. If I sneeze out into the air with my arms open like this, and what's going to happen? Everything that comes out of my nose.
Like Victor virus could come out of the mouth and then go up somebody else's nose.
Exactly, and make it
Okay.
Okay, how about two more questions? You had your hand up.
What about the drum in his mouth?
The what in his mouth?
You think you will get rid of
The germs? Well, if you cough it out without covering, is that what you mean? Yeah, better to cough the germs onto your sleeve so it doesn't go out into the air and then somebody else breathes it in. Okay, one last question. Ms. Sherman.
What happens if you cough on your hands?
Ah.
First
Dr.
graders
Darby.
know that.
I know. I know it.
Okay.
In your mouth. You wash your hands. That's good.
Say it loud.
You wash your hands.
There we go. Very good. Okay. Well, I want to thank you all very much. I think you're very smart children and you have good teachers here and you're learning all the right kinds of things. And I want to thank the Smet School for helping us out with this. Ms. Sherman, thank you, in the 7th grade art class. And I'd like to thank Donna and Tracy, our nursing students. Let's give them a hand. This is Donna Labby, Tracy Herndon, and they're nursing students with Montana State University's College of Nursing. I'm Brant Good. I'm a nurse at the Missoula Health Department. The project is called Montana's Antimicrobial Resistance Collaborative, and it started a couple years ago here in Missoula, and it's become a statewide effort to help educate people about the risks of antibiotic resistance. I, because of connections with the College of Nursing where I graduated some time ago, asked faculty there for help with this project, and they were generous enough to assign both Tracy and Donna to help me. And we looked at the problem of antibiotic resistance, which has been identified worldwide as one of the top public health concerns. And we decided to focus on children because in America, most antibiotic prescriptions are written for children. And indeed, most antibiotic-resistant infections occur in children. There's estimates that over 40% of antibiotic prescriptions are not necessary. And so I was really pleased when Donna and Tracy could spend some of their class time in their community health nursing course to help with this effort. And we talked about all kinds of different things and ways of helping get the message out.
And we felt that the use of puppets, because as we're targeting at this point kindergarten children, would be an effective and fun way to engage children yet teach them at the same time and hopefully spread that information to their other classmates as well as family members.
And we just thought starting at the bottom is the best way to do that, because kindergartners, even though the concept is pretty large and a little over their heads, they still can get the basic message and then be passed on as they get older.
And you two have given this presentation with the puppets and the props to how many places?
Well, we've probably been at about 7 or 8 of the public schools in Missoula at this point. And like I said, the kindergarten classes. We've also been going to many of the daycares in town, passing out literature for children to take home to their families to help also spread the information.
So this is a part of our community education effort that we're starting here in Missoula and hoping that other places around Montana can take off with similar ideas. I think it's been very successful. The kids have been enjoying the presentations and they're getting the message. We asked them at the end of it, what did you learn today about having a cold or the flu or a sore throat? Do you need an antibiotic? And what do they say?
No. And they're very able to respond with it's important to, wash our hands, it's important to stay home, get lots of rest, drink lots of fluids, and let our own bodies, fight off these infections. So.
Right. So if we can get enough people to do that kind of thing, we will save antibiotics for when they're really appropriate and really needed. If you are a child care provider or a teacher and you'd like to have Victor Virus, Dr. Darby, Sick Simon and his mom, and these wonderful props come to your classroom or child care facility, please call me at the health department. My phone number is 258-3881, and I'll try and help arrange a visit for these folks to come to help educate your facility or your classroom. We really appreciate people's help getting the word out about antibiotic resistance and the proper use of these important drugs. Thanks.